Alright guys, welcome back to another Dr. Squirrel video. Right now it's the free unequip event, so I'm going to do something that you guys have been asking for and I said I would do a long time ago. I had some ideas for switching up some of my characters for RTA, and now that it's the free unequip event, we're going to start changing some of my character's gear. I'm going to try and fix up my Alencia, I'm going to try and make my Charles tankier and weaker, and then we're going to kind of reforge some gear to make their stats even better. So first let's look at Charles. I said that I don't really like using Charles that much in RTA. I mean, I do use him a lot, but I think he's kind of weak. And the reason for that is he's not on counter set. I'd love to put him on counter set. Unfortunately, I haven't done much Banshee and I don't have any viable counter gear. But what I do want to do is make him tankier, because the real problem with using Charles in RTA right now is he's an automatic first target. And if he's on counter set, that's not usually so bad because you can kind of scare them. But when he's on speed set and they know he's not countering, they zerg him so that the Elbrus never procs. So I need to discourage people from focusing him, even if it means sacrificing damage. So here I have a health set ring, attack set boot. I think what I'll do is get rid of the attack set boot. And I'm going to switch it to a defense set boot. These stats are actually pretty good on this speed set, and it's not equipped on anyone, so I'm going to put it on. And you'll notice his defense goes up by 380, and his HP goes up, and his crit rate goes up actually. And he loses 555 attack, which is a lot, but that's fine. Now this ring is really solid, but I kind of want to switch him to something else. Because I need that ring for Alencia. I think this ring would be great on Alencia. So let's see if we have any other options. What about this thing? 88 hit set ring. It'll finish his hit set. The stats aren't that great on it. Kind of weird actually, but it is 88 gear. And it does have a lot of defense rolls, and his speed goes up. His crit chance and crit damage and attack are now a lot lower, but I think he'll still hit decently hard, and his survivability goes up tremendously. And if I reforge some of his gear, it'll be even better. So let's go ahead and lock this in. Now I went from having a super strong Charles. If you saw my videos, you saw my Charles just one-shots everything. Now he'll be pretty noticeably weaker. Only 250 crit damage, 2400 attack, but he is an exceptionally tanky Charles now. So we'll look at that for a second. Now that I freed up that ring, I want to look at my Alencia. How do I want to gear my Alencia? Her crits... I mean, a lot of people run low crit Alencias if they put her on that Alencia's Wrath artifact. I might go that route too, but for now I kind of want to experiment with kind of a 100% crit, or at least high crit Alencia. So remember, it's not about each piece of gear, it's about the total stats. That's all I care about, so I might put on weird gear. I want speed and crit sets on her. My Acid, I barely use him, to be honest. Can I take the sword? Alexa's is for Wyvern. I'll take Alexa's sword, so that'll give her a nice HP bump. Right now she's on this thing, which has a lot of crit chance, but I think I'll put her on a crit neck. So I have this thing and this thing. I think I prefer this because she benefits from health and crit damage. A lot of people don't like using crit chance main necks. I have no problem with it because, again, I don't care where the stats come from. People are always like, you need to use a crit damage neck. But then you just need to get the crit damage from your other sets of gear, and you can pick gear that has 0 crit chance on it because the neck basically gives you everything you need. And as you can see, it goes straight up to 100%. But now I lose my speed set bonus, so I need to switch one of these to speed. And I think I might actually run speed main stat on her and make her kind of a fast Alencia. Maybe. Let's see. Let's see what happens if I do a speed set helm. Something like this. 160 speed, 23,000 life, 200 crit damage. The crit damage is really low here. Can we get something with decent crit damage? That's my best crit damage helm. It's kind of unfortunate. I could try experimenting with rolling some of these other things that have better crit damage. Maybe something like this if it keeps rolling into crit damage. Ooh, this one actually has health on it too. Alencia has great HP scaling. My existing helm has 18% health. This actually doesn't look terrible. What happens if I want to make her fast, though, and give her speed boots? Health and crit damage on this. This looks pretty balanced. Her crit damage is kind of terrible here, though. What about something like 17 crit damage and 20% health? 25% health, 9 crit damage. So her crit rate is good. Her crit damage is bad. Oh, the ring. I was going to take the Charles ring. So I lost a crit set here, so maybe I take this off. So what do we have here? The attack is kind of high because of this stupid weapon. And I have some other attack subs here, but 224 crit damage, 21,000 life, 185 speed, 100% crit chance. I could put her on something like Draco Plate, and that'll make it 254 crit chance and give her some damage mitigation if I want to take her off Durandal. This actually doesn't look terrible. Alright, I can experiment with RT, so I'll try this for now. And we'll see how it goes. Her stats aren't that impressive compared to some other Alencias I've seen out there, but it is what it is. Now I need to fix my Seaside because I just stripped her of her necklace. Do I have any other crit necks that she can use? Sure, I mean, this is pretty close to her previous stats. Her HP went down a little bit. Her gear is okay, I guess. Nothing particularly special. Her weapon in particular is actually pretty damn bad. Effect resist. Do I have a different attack weapon I can give her? Probably not. Yeah, I don't really have many. What does this do? This gives me a lot more HP. I lose crit damage. I lose 94 attack. Oh, and it's only plus 12. Huh. If I plus 15 this stupid thing, this might actually be better overall than this horrible weapon. So you know what? Let's do that. My Seaside's gear is pretty not great right now, but it is what it is. Her crit damage is way too low in her defensive stats. I'll work on her more later. Kayron is fine. Lilius I also wanted to fix. Crow I wanted to fix. And ML Ken. Specter Tenebria. I have a lot of people I need to fix. Let's see what I could do with my Specter Tenebria. Her stats are not ideal either. Her crit chance is way too low. Did I free up any gear for her? So let's do speed crit again. Ideally, a lot of these people I would put on immunity. Again, I just don't have the sets. I freed this thing up, but I kind of do need gear on my Alexa because she's my hunter. Let's see what we can work with here. Do we have anything decent? Nah, amulets, actually. I lose a lot of health, but it's an offensive improvement. Attack, defense, health, crit chance. Do we have better offensive helms available for her? I think we do. She loses a lot of health here, but I think overall in terms of stats, this is superior. I need to get her on something different for a chest then, though. So her crit goes up, her crit damage, everything goes up except her HP, which takes a dive. I have her on attack set boots. If I had better gear, I'd put her on speed boots, maybe. Some people are running fast Specter Tenebrias, and they're actually pretty scary. That weapon is not great, actually. So her crit damage goes up significantly, her attack goes down, her life goes up a lot. I think Gunther's weapon's actually a better bet because I also get her to be a little bit more tanky. So 151 speed, 84 crit damage, almost 300 crit damage. Or I could put her on armor that has a little bit more crit chance. This makes her a little slower than before, actually, but her offensive stats get a lot better, and she's a lot tankier. Almost 10,000 life now, 90 crit, 280 crit damage. I think this is safer. If she's too squishy, she gets one-shotted too easily by things like AoE K-Rons or something. I think I can work with this for now. Mild CP improvement. I don't really care about CP. That's how I'll do my Specter Tenebria for now. Again, none of my gear is reforged yet, so I can't get anyone to super crazy stats. Alright, you know what? For the purposes of this video, so it doesn't take forever, we'll stop there, but what I am going to do is reforge some of that gear, because I haven't been reforging anything, and I promise you guys I've been doing hunts, and I have my 1,700 hearts. So let's reforge some of that stuff that I put on Charles, Alencia, and Spectene maybe, and see how their total stats end up. So Charles has a pretty good chest. I think this is definitely a worthwhile candidate for reforging. It has all percentage subs, rolled decently well, kind of all over the place, but decently well. And Charles also has a pretty good helm. It's only a purple, so it doesn't benefit as much, but his crit chance took a dive, and I'll get 4% crit just by putting this helmet on, and has some attack, health, defense on it. So let's just bite the bullet and do it. So we'll reforge that. We'll reforge his chest piece. Pretty balanced. I always like second guess myself when I'm reforging, because I'm always like, oh no, am I making a mistake? This one, I'm not too sure. That effect resistance is kind of out of place there. What about the Specter Tenebria chest? This one I think is pretty damn solid, actually. Like, pretty damn good health rolls. Yeah, we'll think about it. Alencia, this actually rolled pretty well too. And if you remember, it has the effect resist on it, but nothing rolled into it. That's a base roll. So I would get 5% more crit chance, 4% more health, 3% more crit damage, 3% more attack. Why not? Let's bump up her crit. What about Charles's boots? I actually kind of like these. What does Alencia have on? Where is Alencia? Or is she on 88 boots? Maybe she's on 88 boots because I don't see it. Do I want to do that Charles helm? I already did it. What's Alencia's helm? 22 health, 3 crit damage. I'll leave that for now. I want to be very careful about what I reforge. You know what, I think this one's a reforge for sure. Let's do that one. 30% health. Definite no. This one has a lot of crit damage on it, but the effect resistant effectiveness I'm not too sure about. Oh, and LQ Charlotte, I need to fix her too. She's wearing a 20% effect resist chest. Yeah, her gear's not looking too good. Alright, I think we're gonna stop there for now in case I want to gear some other people and this video's not too long. Let's check out those 3 characters' stats now. So my Charles changed tremendously. Way less attack, but he has like 2,000 more health and 600 more defense. He actually maintained the same amount of crit and only lost like 25 crit damage. The main thing he lost was he lost around like 500 or 600 attack, but I still think this is a much scarier Charles overall. This is a really, really tanky Charles by Charles standards, while still maintaining some offensive stats, 90+% crit. If I had any imprints on him, he could easily get to 100% crit. My Alencia is decent. I'm not a big fan of how much she has in attack right now because her attack scaling is not too great. Her defense is a little low. On the bright side, people typically don't go on Alencia first because of the Mind's Eye procs. She has 185 speed, 21,000 life, 227 crit damage. This is a little low too, but if I can make Judge Kisei work with Portrait, I will put Draco Plate on Alencia, and that'll be more like 257. I have a plus 30 Draco Plate on my Judge Kisei. You know what? Let's just do that now. Let's unequip this, put this on Alencia. I do like the Randall though, but we'll experiment with this. Her stats also go up because a plus 30 Draco Plate gives her more stats. So now she's at 22,000 life, 185 speed, 100 crit, and it doesn't actually add to it here, but it'll be 257 crit damage. So I'll do some RTA videos and play around with her. And who else did we touch? Specter Tenebria. I think she made a pretty big improvement overall. The one thing I don't like is there are actually players out there with the same stats as my Specter Tenebria, like pretty much the same or a little better, with like 200 speed. So their gear's clearly much better than mine for them to maintain my exact same offensive stats while still having like 50 plus more speed. That's just a matter of gearing, but we end up with 3,500 attack, 1,000 defense, 10,000 HP, 150 speed, 90% crit, and 283 crit damage. I'm pleased because before her crit was like 78% and she was bricking crits all the time, and I think this is overall a lot better. My best gear right now is on a Momo. A lot of this is probably going to get stripped soon. I am going to get Ruel, even if I have to wail for her. Luckily, I have like 5,000 Mystics, so hopefully I don't have to. But a lot of this gear is going to go on Ruel. Ruel runs very well on effect resist, so I think it'll be perfect for her. And LQ Charlotte, I don't have many. I would say I'm going to try to fix her up, but I don't think I have much gear left, so we'll save that for another video. But for now, I hope that kind of showed you my thought process on how I'm working on changing my characters for RTA. Kind of gave you a better glimpse of my gear. And finally, like I said, like I promised, I reforged some pieces. So I think I have a grand total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 reforged pieces now. A far cry from like the 70 plus some Legend players have. But I'm working on it, boys, so I can get you better content. Anyways, I hope you guys learned something from this video. It was really just me doing something I had to do anyway. But I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see more things like this, just let me know in the comments below. Or even let me know if you say this was boring as hell and never do this again. I'm always receptive to feedback. Thanks again, and peace out.